This video will just be for my YouTube folks, since we're going to do a little rolling while we discuss the subject at hand. Listen, if you're one of the many MAGAs that come across my YouTube channel, and you're one of those MAGAs that is just stunned at the fact that, by the way, raw cows, get yourself some raw cows. You're one of these MAGAs that are stunned by the fact that you lost a loved one. Not lost physically, but they don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. You've lost a loved one due to the way you voted. Then this video is for you. You see, the problem that people have is that the old adage, don't tell me, show me, always proves to be the dominant thought process, right? Don't tell me you're going to do something. Show me you're going to do it. Show me you doing it, right? Yes, that is the sound of a grinder. I have a handful of grinders. I have this wonderful electric grinder that this gentleman sent me, and I have a handful of these. This was actually my daughter's before she quit smoking. She gave it to me. Anyway, don't tell me you're going to do something. Show me. And it's one of the things that I've struggled with over the course of my lifetime, right? I can easily tell somebody I love them, but then have a more difficult time with the follow through and the showing part, right? It's just always been the way I've been. I don't know why, but it is. But it's the predominant thought process in everything, right? If you're at work, don't tell me you're going to do something. Show me you're going to do it. Show me you doing it. Show me you getting it done. If you're on the playing field, don't tell me you're going to make the big play. Show me. Make the big play. Make the defensive stop, right? Whatever the case may be. And in relationships, it holds true as well. Don't tell me that you love me and care for me. Show me that you love me and care for me. And therein lies the rub with a lot of these MAGA folks who do not understand why they're losing contact with their loved ones, why children are going no contact with parents, why nieces and nephews are going no contact with aunts and uncles, why siblings no longer want to have any contact with other siblings. It's because the show me part is where you folks have failed, right? It's the follow through part, the show me part that you guys are just not very good at. And that's the part that you don't see, right? So, for example, now we're going to actually pack some cones here. For example, you can tell the women in your life that you love them, that you care for them. You mean something to me. You are important to me. That's your wife, that's your mom, that's your aunt, that's your sister, that's your niece, that's your grandmother. That's all of the women in your life. You can tell them that you love and care for them all you want. But if you then show them that you're willing to go into a voting booth and vote for a human being that is going to install Supreme Court justices for a lifetime appointment that are going to strip them of their protections, their federal protections to privacy in the doctor's office, allowing Republican states to go ahead and pass regressive laws that control their bodies, then do you really love them? You can say you do. You can think you do. But do you? How can you say that you love someone? How can you love someone if you're willing to put somebody in office that's going to harm them? How does that work out in your mind? If you were on a street with your mother, your wife, and there was somebody that was looking to do harm to your mother or wife, would you stop them? Or would you let them do that? You would stop them. You would at least try to stop them, right? So why don't you try and stop the politicians that are trying to cause harm to them? The same thing goes with the people in your life who are part of what some people call the alphabet mafia, the members of the LGBTQ plus community. That would be your gay people, your lesbian people, your bisexual people, your pansexual, your trans people. You can tell them that you love them. But if you went out and voted for Donald Trump, who, along with his Republican cohorts, don't think that trans and gay and bi people should have the rights that they have, then you just showed those people in your life that you're all talk. You said it, but that doesn't mean you mean it. We say a lot of things. We got to actually mean it. We got to follow through. And you guys followed through the opposite. Here's another one for you. Do you have somebody in your life that's disabled? Do you have a child with autism or Down syndrome? A niece or a nephew with autism or Down syndrome? Anybody in your life that's disabled. Well, how could you possibly support an administration that is trying to end protections for disabled people in schools and cut the funding for disabled education? Just as an example. Keep in mind, we're talking about a group of people in the MAGA Republicans who didn't bat an eyelash when some of their loudest voices on social media said, yeah, throw disabled and old people off a fucking mountain. They don't serve any good. Do you have somebody in your life that's an educator? Do you have somebody in your life that's a teacher? How did you bring yourself to vote for Donald Trump? How can you tell the teachers in your life that you love them, that you care about them, and then vote for a man who wants to destroy their career? See, the saying it part is the easy part. I love you, I care for you, you mean something to me. That's the easy part. Everybody always thinks that building up the courage to say I love you is the hard part. Actually saying I love you is the hard part. No, that's not the hard part. That's as a matter of fact, the easy part. The hard part is following through. Once again, I know from personal experience. The hard part is showing it above and beyond saying it. And if you're somebody that says that you love a woman, somebody who's disabled, an immigrant, anybody in a minority community, an educator, if you say you love these people, but then you actively vote for people who harm them through legislation, then you don't actually love those people. You just want people to think you love them. You want to be perceived and viewed as somebody who loves them. You want to be perceived and viewed as somebody who is decent and moral and human, and you're not. And that's a harsh thing to say, I understand that. But if you're voting for people who are actively harming your loved ones, you're not decent or moral. No, that's not the one I just rolled. That's the one I just rolled. That's the one I've been working on. You're not. You're all talk. It's all a show. It's all a facade. If you love those people, you would not vote for people who would harm them. But you did. You got to show people you love them. You can't just say it.